What's good, YouTube? This is Lou's Takes. I'm back again with some more Maverick content. Yeah, as you know, the Mavericks are coming to a close, almost to the end of um, this road trip. We had a 2 game losing streak, but I was loving the way we played. This last game, I think we wrapped up yesterday on Luca's birthday. We won versus Washington. It was a great game there. I loved how we played, how we pretty much overwhelmed them. Not Washington, sorry, Toronto. Toronto, sorry. We played Toronto. But um, the game versus the Cavaliers, it really impressed me because how we handled down the stretch. I feel like pre trade deadline Mavericks would have lost that game. I thought we would have lost that game for sure. Um, I was I was one of the people who was like, oh, where's Gafford? Why Gafford? But I'm trusting. I got no choice but to trust Kid in his rotations, and I think he felt like Lively and Kleber was the the best pairing, but you know we were up 10 going in. It was some bad calls that helped them out, in my opinion. But how they handled it was very impressive. Max Struess ended up going nuclear on us. Some people got that shot, and then he ended up hitting that that hot streak fed into his luck in the end, hitting that 60 footer. But I was just very proud of how the Mavericks played, man. Like they were getting stops when they needed to, and they were converting on offense with the 2 man. They would be Luca was being very efficient. Kyrie was being very efficient. PJ Washington, I love the final play when we had the go ahead in the end at the end of the game where we dished it down to him. He got the dunk, and I thought the game was over, but you know, but yeah, I'm going to some favorite um YouTubers of mine, Legend of Winning. We're gonna react to one of his videos today. He got about the Mavericks, um, because as you know, like I was one of the first people to get on here, and I was praising Nico of the trade deadline because I knew exactly the needs of the Mavericks that we needed, and I felt that they hit on those with the Daniel Gafford and the PJ Washington. But I just we didn't get enough spotlight until we went on that 7 game win streak, and I just felt like the mainstream media we were they were like here here Mavericks fans here we see you, but I don't think we didn't get enough uh, attention that we should because of how dangerous this team was going to be. I said it before. We're going to contend the contenders, and that Cavaliers game should give you everything you need to know about what's coming for this team. It wasn't even Donovan Mitchell that took over in that game. I mean, I feel like defensively how locked in we are, how the change that we had. It took like a player like Max Struess to his heroic shooting and luck in the end to beat us. And I just feel like not enough people are taking into account of what the change that's really happening with the Mavericks right now. So, but my boy Low, Legend of Winning, we're gonna react. I believe he's getting it, and he's one of the big names. So shout out to him. So we're gonna react to one of his videos.
This year is some of them don't play with size, they play small. The reason I'm bringing that up is I do want to talk real quick about the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks, who I think were even out of play at one point or at the bottom of the plan, are now the 7th seed. They won 6 straight games. Star. They have the easiest stretch they're moving forward. So let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks. So far this year, the Mavericks have been somewhat underwhelming in the beginning part of the year, but recently they've been really ramping it up. Though they just lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and
What a shot.
shout out to Max Struess for the 60-foot. Why losing to the Cavaliers in that fashion? That's not a bad thing. You have to actually get one of the better teams.
Right.
The
Yeah.
entire season.
Like
That was a good team we played Mavericks fans. I'm telling you, they're number 2 in the East, as you know, and it's just that the Celtics are just dominating the East to a point like it's not even close. But if there's any team that's This next in line, it's the Cavaliers. They've been balling this season. They shout out to them.
However, the month of February, the Dallas Mavericks have a record of 7-3, an offensive rating of 118, a defensive rating that is south of 111, which gives them a net rating of 7.5, making them one of the better teams in the NBA within a short time frame. Honestly, nobody really should be too much surprised. It's all slowly in the making. Kyrie has been in a line of injuries, but he's back, added to all in the
Hold
NBA.
on. So, like that's such a big change. I told you. I mean, I was one of the people to like. I mean, all the Mavericks fans know we have been unhealthy all season. Luca, Dante Exum, Lively, and like just and Luca's here and there, but I think Luca's been pretty healthy. But the big change of adding Gafford, who was like who was top of the league in blocks, rim protection, rim deterioration, and then adding somebody like PJ Washington. And I told y'all like he has the frame to be a good defender, especially when he have constant rim protection behind him. His length along, his long arms and his height is going to give problems to defenders. And I think he's athletic enough to keep up. It's just a matter of effort. I think that's what Jason Kidd has been preaching this year because I know why. Luca has been giving a lot of effort on defense. Kyrie has been giving a lot of effort on defense. So I know that's going to trickle down to everyone else on this team. So yeah,
Time frame. And honestly, nobody really should be too much surprised. It's all slowly in the making. Kyrie has been in a line of injuries, but he's back and added a very, very pivotal piece in the trade deadline. And Luka Doncic is playing some of the best basketball I've ever seen in my time. First, let's talk about Kyrie Irving. I believe he was his awesome source for talking about other great players, in large part because the league is so talented, also because he's playing in secondary role now, but also I believe because he's constantly in and out of the lineup of injuries. It's a huge part of December and even parts of February as well. But now he is back and he's looking really, really good. In the last 9 games he's been back from injuries, he's averaging 27.5. We see a sauce we're talking about other great players, in large part because the league is so talented, also because he's playing a secondary role now, but also I believe because he's constantly in and out of the lineup of injuries. It's a huge part of December and even parts of February as well. But now he is back and he's looking really, really good. In the last 9 games he's been back from injuries, he's averaging 27.5 points.
27. You see, 50, 47 from I want to see his free throw. I wonder if he's doing the 50-40-90. But wow. This is last 9 games though. But just remember, Mavericks fans. A year ago, people thought like Kyrie wasn't gonna stay. People thought he was gonna leave. People thought we was out of our mind with the rental. He's a rental. He's not gonna stay here for long. He doesn't want to be in Dallas. My thing is, I trusted the Dallas Mavericks. Like from the get go. I know Kyrie was coming from a bunch of loud situations that neglected him, and he just wanted basically a safe haven to who's going to give him the most peaceful environment possible and just play ball. It's the Mavericks. So everyone who was saying that him going to the LeBron to the Lakers in LA, why would he do that? Logically, it wouldn't make sense. But I understand he's been unpredictable in the past, but he's been preaching like, hey, bro, you just want to hoop, and we have been able to provide that, the calmness and because we it's Dallas, we treat our guys nice, but I'm very surprised like how his fit with Luka is being. I'm not surprised, but as we know, we lost Brunson. Everyone keep talking about how we lost Brunson, but I'm telling you, this is an upgrade, and I'm saying it's an upgrade because Brunson wouldn't be Brunson now if he would have stayed under Luka for all these years. He needed to go to New York and do his own thing and develop himself because I don't know if he's gonna be able to put up numbers like this under Luka. It would have been smooth, like probably 21-20. You know, we don't know if he would have got this Brunson. So shout out to him. But Kyrie, I've been telling people from the beginning, like his his impact is going to be needed because he has the speed, he has the dexterity, he has the in between game. Unc Shannon Sharp doesn't believe he has a post game. He needs to really turn on film, but the fact of the matter is this: he's been that change up that we've been needing for the Mavericks. Is very deadly in his offense. Now it's not just a heliocentric Luca slow pace, and now it's somebody who can can go can literally go get you a bucket and be the playmaker. So yeah,
around 5 assists, 5.5 rebounds, only turned the ball over less than 2 times with the steal. Which is really crazy. 55.5% from the field, 47, almost 48% from behind the arc, and 80% from the charity stripe. Though he's only getting to the free throw line twice, the numbers are still basically speak for themselves. He's the most efficient, longest shooter in the NBA. Great shot creator, tough finisher at the basket. And I do believe this is the frame that you should really visualize power. He went on in Boston trying to beat a team being the first option and it cut it. And even when he was playing alongside KD, he didn't really look too great unless he was playing alongside James Harden, who's an all-time great
yeah,
facilitator. And I do believe that's the role in which he thrives in. It's the reason why he looks as great as he has now.
for sure.
When he gets going, boy, he looking tough. He's tough out there, but he had to finish on the Wemby a couple of nights ago.
Oh, that was nasty, and y'all, bro, that's crazy.
Isn't talked about enough, especially since the Dallas Mavericks were trying to look for a replacement for Jalen Brunson. Who, mind you, Brunson has been balling out of his
Just said
mind.
this, yeah.
I don't believe the way he's playing right now would have been honest.
Just said this.
Honestly, I don't necessarily know if you could have found a better replacement, but you could very well argue on any given night. Kyrie can not only reproduce what Brunson was providing to this team, but look even better. I do believe he's a better shot maker. I do believe he's a better finisher at the basket as well. Of course, offensively, I do think Brunson is slowly, he has emerged as a really, really good passer. And maybe Kyrie just isn't that. But again, that's fine.
Yeah.
What this team needs, you need another shot creator. You need somebody to alleviate a lot of responsibility and pressure off of Luka. Kyrie provides that, and I don't really know there's too many other players in the NBA, in particular in the guard position, that could duplicate what Kyrie gives his team on any given night when he is healthy. Now, the other main piece we got to talk about is the Daniel Gafford addition. Shout out to the young brother, Derek Lively, out there, young rook, 19 years old. He's doing his thing, finally gave a mob threat to Luka, but he's 19. He's young. He makes
Yeah. One of my other podcasts, they were going like over like, when getting drafted, which position it takes the longest to adjust? It's center. It's because either the center needs to figure out like his spacing, how other people play, because he's not the one with the ball all the time, or if he's like defensive center, it's going to take even longer because he's so eager to show what he can do. But the NBA, it's the different speed. People can stop on a dime, and they can bait you into fouls early on, and it can get you in foul trouble pretty early, which is a big no-no that we need. We don't need you as soon as first 5 minutes you get in two fouls, and now you out the game because you're in foul trouble. So, and that's the development that the centers need to go through, and that's pretty much reason like Lively can't be a bigger impact that he can right now because he still needs to just the mentality of knowing when to attack a shot and block it, and or knowing to be patient and just affect the shot and just deter it. And not only that, now he can split up his minutes. He got somebody who's pretty much more of a vet than him and Gaffer, who can give him more pointers and probably practice or something like that, or how to play it, how to use his controlled aggression, and how he can be even more deadly. And this is crucial to his development. This is just rookie year Lively, but shout out to him. And on the offensive end, how to position himself more in the vision for Luka, because I'm telling you, like that's having a lob there for Luka. It's deadly because he can command so much gravity on the court.
minutes in which he plays, he's very, very productive. But obviously, the Dallas Mavericks, they needed somebody else coming off of the bench. The 9 points and 8 rebounds in very limited minutes is really, really good. But we also found him like 2 or 3 times a game. That can be very questionable. So at the deadline, a very underrated pickup that the Dallas Mavericks decided to go get was Daniel Gafford. Gafford wasting away in Washington is a nice, solid big who can rim run, put some pressure on the defense.
Right. Oh, rim run is an understatement. That boy be running, boy. I'm telling you. As soon as he's getting the board, and he's probably already passed up the ball handler and trying to get a lob. He runs the court. He runs hard. He plays hard. I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, I love it. And not to mention, we get less and less of Dwight Powell minutes. Shout out to Dwight Powell, but you traumatized me, especially when Luca carried you into the Western Conference Finals. We had to running you at center at 6'9", and it was like, and it's like you're not providing nothing for us offensively. I mean, you were. I wouldn't call you an all the way lob threat because you weren't yamming anything, but you can lay it up. But defensively, yeah, no.
Offense that they were desperately needing before Gafford wasn't Eric Lively based on Luka. This team did get very shot dependent, really relied on 3-point shooting, really to a fault, and they definitely lost games like that. It really makes it easier for opposing teams to defend them. But now,
Yes, like we. That's how we got to the finals, conference finals, about 2 or 3 years ago. That methodology, I loved and hated it. This is when we had Reggie Bullock and Ntilikina and Kleber was better, but I hated it because we already know how teams are gonna play us. They're gonna play. They're gonna force Luca into his playmaking. It's pretty much the opposite of how the people play Jokic. They let Jokic score, get him 45 because he wants to get everybody involved rather than Luca. Luca wants to get he's a scorer and create the gravity, and then if he's going, then he it can spread and it be contagious to the team. And we found out in that series in that playoff run, they were really just doubling Luca from the get go or blitzing Luca from the get go and trying to get the ball out of his hands, and shooters be open in the corner, and sometimes they'll go 0 for 8, 0 for 9, 0 for 11, 2 for 11, and the end of the game was just 1-3, and that's where we hated that mantra of just living it down by the three. I'm not trying to turn into the Houston Rockets. Shout out my boy Jesse from JM, from from the pod. But that's how I did not like that for the Rockets. They didn't even step in and take a midi. Like I want to have some three levels type attack on his team, especially like in the Cavs game when we were up. As soon as we were up, I'm just thinking in my mind, okay, Luka, we get a stop here. Kyrie, we get a stop here. Let's attack. Let's start attacking. Let's get some of these to get to our spots in between, because we don't need to get shooting threes early in the shot clock. We just need to, just putting more pressure on the defense because we're trying to close. And I feel like in the end of the game when you have leads, those are the more deadlier buckets. So like because they're the more easier buckets, and we can have a chance to get fouled, or it's just good things happen when you attack the rim and you're just not settling for shots, you know. And yeah,
especially when defenses are trying to pressure Luka and make him make a decision, even doubling him at times near the half court line, having a rim running big or having somebody who can float the floor, attack the basket, and finish really strong is desperately needed. That was a huge pickup for the Dallas Mavericks.
right.
People are just not talking about it
I'm
enough.
telling you, I don't know why nobody is talking about it.
I have to talk about this because the whole reason why I'm making this video because Luka, my goodness, it's getting out of
Shout
control.
out to 7-7, bro.
Things that I'm seeing from Luka literally does not make any sense. It's crazy to me to even think that I'm witnessing somebody who's playing at this level offensively. He has been miraculous, sensational.
I and I'm tired of ESPN. I'm tired of Stephen A. I'm tired of. I mean, now they want to give him what's like his credit now, but I think we gotten so desensitized to Luca. And it's so annoying because I mean, we haven't. He's like he's gotten voter fatigue like Jokic, but he hasn't won anything yet. It's like we're so used to him putting up a 40-point triple, the 30-point triple double, and it's like, y'all, this is still amazing. Like, why are we not paying more attention to this? To this greatness. I think he has a legit MVP, case this year, and I'm going to be pushing it. The fact that I hated Stephen A's rebuttal. I think it was like last week. He was talking about he immediately he went with, okay, he's winning. Shea's winning more. He's the second seed. Not to mention he's just a better player. He's on a different level than Luka. He can stop on a dime. What? Like, what are you talking about? Just because he's faster than Luka, he's more athletic and gifted. Do you not see what Luka's doing? It's You don't think Luka can stop on a dime? He does everything. Like, okay, that game may be like completely different, but like, why are we taking away from one player when two things can be right at the same time? Shake's a great player and Luka's a great player. Now, give me something else to fulfill your rebuttal to why Luka's not the MVP. Please, because he's leading the league in points. He's the league leader in points. In years past, I mean, that was pretty very much automatic, given. Okay, he's like the seven, AC right now. But like, I mean, they're winning. You gave it to Jokic a couple of years ago. He was a six seed. I was in agreeing with that too. I wasn't opposed to him getting it that year. Jokic getting that year because I knew with him on the court they're a much a better team. But that argument, that same logic can be applied to Luca. When Luca's on the court, we are a much better team. We are a much deadlier team. That is the definition of MVP. You were pushing a Tatum agenda earlier, and I thought it was just so disgusting because like, what what is and your main argument, you and Perkins' main argument was he's the best player on the best team. Okay, so we're just gonna give it to the power rankings leader and their best player every year. That's not the definition of a MVP. Like with that same logic, I don't know, the KD 2017 Warriors, KD or Steph should have got MVP. Did they get MVP? No, because we knew they were both disqualified because how powerful that super team was. Whether you like it or not, Tatum got a super team. You know why? Because without him, they will still be as good. They probably wouldn't win as many games, but they will still be as good. They'll probably still be either two or one seed. That devalues you as a player. If the team could be good without you, that's just all I'm saying. So, like with all that being said, like I'm gonna be really pushing this Luca agenda for MVP because he's having a hell of a year and he just deserves it.
Transcendent, phenomenal, very, very special talent we're watching from Luca. And I feel like over the past like month or so, this conversation been going around about, oh, the league isn't playing defense, so that's why everything's dumbing over. And it's like, no, no, that's not it. Sure, the defense can be a bit more physical. I'm all for that. I have no problem with it. You give
Like to think Luca dropped 73 just after Joel Embiid, get well soon, and it was Cat drops I think 70 and 62, 60, yeah, somebody around 60 something, and Luca dropped 73 the next week, and then Stephen A's immediate rebuttal is, oh, they're playing soft defenses, and we're going back, and it's like these are pretty difficult buckets, man. And like, dang, like you're immediately that's. I don't think you understand. You're immediately devaluing the player when you saying, "Oh man, the field is just not as good." Like it's you're just taking a shot at him. As you're not like accommodating his work, bro. It wasn't. He took a good amount of threes, and it was great buckets. Like he was getting to the rim, making tough shots, getting fouled, all that, all the above. He was just being like great, and I just didn't like how the anti agenda was being pushed that oh the league is just not playing defense. Like what you're basically telling me what Luca is doing is easy. He's slow. Everybody can do that, but everybody can't do that. That's the whole thing we're trying to get you to see. Everyone can't do that, and he's a top two, top three player in the league.
somebody like Luca, a special, special offensive talent like Luca, this level of floor spacing, this many lob threats, and another shot creator alongside. No, the results are just going to be borderline unstoppable. Like that's the reality.
This is a Lakers fan.
And it's
Shout
crazy
out to him.
because
He's a
how
Lakers
good
fan.
Luca was last year and even early on this season, he somehow is getting even better. So for the season, Luca's averaging 34 points, 8 rebounds, 9.5 assists, but the shooting splits is what really takes it over the top because I don't think people thought we would see this type of increase in accuracy. 49% from the field, 38% from behind the arc.
Yo, he's shooting 38 from three, and mind you, Mavericks fans, y'all know kind of he be shooting the most off balance shots ever. Like, and he's shooting 38% from this year. Mind you, I think league average is what 36. Could be wrong, but it's around those middle 30s. So he's shooting above average, and it's hard to get to 38. When you start getting closer to 40, then you're talking about the elite shooters. And 77 from free throw, okay. True shooting 62. Wow.
On 10 attempts a game, and in particular, 78% from the cherry stripe as well. Also getting to the free throw line nearly 10 times as well. But again, it somehow
That boy been angry at y'all.
Luka's averaging 37 points, 9.5 rebounds, 10.5 assists, nearly 2 steals, shooting splits of
Shout
50%
out Luca, boy. I'm telling you,
81%.
top two, top three player.
There is
He ain't two or three.
that doesn't make any sense. And we're talking about a 13 game sample size. So this is not like some insane little bitty 5 game sample. No, this is a sample size that consistently widens and the numbers continue to be proven to be historic. Putting up 45 points when the Cleveland Cavaliers are recording like 13 assists or whatever you finish off with 9 rebounds and shooting splits of like 50, 50, 100. Like that's bro, that's ridiculous. I'm watching the game and there's things that Luka is doing that just doesn't make any sense. Like in the first quarter, there's a play in the first quarter where like Luka's running in transition. As he's driving in transition, he looks at the trailer behind him, which then convinced Max Strus to kind of drop down to try to intercept the pass or at least defend the trailer cutting to the basket.
Oh, I
He
remember that
does
play. Oh
that.
my
He
god,
sees the trailer
that's
behind
some
him.
quarterback stuff, Luca. Oh my god.
And throws a dart at Kyrie Irving on the other side of the floor while Max Strus.
Yeah, he's on one this year. He's on one with this playmaking. That's a crazy play. Wow. I'm telling y'all, man.
Sinking in to help on the trailer. Who does that? Who does those things? Or there was another play where like Luka hit.
This video is sponsored by Professor, which is an app and a
And
play that gives you a huge advantage when you play League, so you can use it too.
It wasn't even one. Like, it was quite a few times where Luka did like step back threes or step back middies while being heavily contested. And for the people
and
out
he's
there
shooting
who are
above league
complaining,
average shooting that.
you gotta be more aggressive with Luka. You gotta double him more often. Yeah, they tried that. Not only do the Cleveland Cavaliers, they have athletic front court players like both.
That's why it's even more impressive. The Cavaliers have one of the best defense in the league, and Luca's cooking him. Continue, low.
And Jared Allen are about as mobile as you can get at the 4 and 5 position. So even when they were forcing a switch, you would still believe you don't have that much of a disadvantage. No, no. He literally made Evan Mobley fall on the floor. You thought that he was going to shoot, but then he goes into a shooting position in that
And this is
situation.
where,
That was crazy.
yeah,
There's another time, really, for most of the first part of the fourth quarter, they're doubling Luka at the half court line. They genuinely believed, and it was actually working for a second. They genuinely believed that it was better if they played 3 on 4 while getting the ball out of Luka's hand.
like so. Pretty much, Lowe's gonna go more into the advanced analytics on how like what he's shooting at the midi and the three compared to other people, and it's pretty much like top 10 with a certain with a certain amount, with a certain cachet, like song on like 7 shots or per se. But um, yeah, like what he's explaining here. This is why we're gonna be very dangerous. This is why this team is gonna be very dangerous when it comes playoff time. The fact that the game is tied, and they thought the only way to stop us was, double Luca and play 3 on 4 with the other team. We're gonna, if we get this in the playoffs, we should feast on these opportunities. We got two guys in the corner and somebody on the wing. We should feast on that one pass. The whole defense is discombobulated, and they're within our wheel now. All we need is our role players to knock down a shot and validate the gravity that Luke is carrying right now. So yeah, shout out to Lola. I just wanted this video to show Dallas, the Mavericks are finally getting the respect they deserve. We pointed this out that hey, on paper this is what it should look like, and the Mavericks are. I think they're locked in. I think they're focused. I'm just hoping they stay healthy all the way up until. I hope we can get a higher seed so we can get out of that play-in tournament. I'm not afraid of anybody in the play-in tournament. The only thing is the biggest adversity to everyone within that play-in tournament that they should all be considering is health. Is getting out of those 1 to 2 games in the play-in tournament healthy, and then immediately you got to face a heavy hitter come because like a heavy hitter in the playoffs, either the Thunder or the Timberwolves right now, but it could be the Nuggets. Like I was thinking, but like last year, I mean it was a freak accident, but the Timberwolves they came out of the play in I think, and McDaniel's hit his hand, because he was mad, and next thing you know, they're going to a series down their best defender or their best perimeter defender. Not saying that's something like that can happen. I'm just saying strapping up, there's always that possibility. And I know, with this team, what we've been going through this year, things are starting to finally click and come together. I just don't want to be dealing with that. So, yeah, we getting everyone back. Dante Exum is back. The rotations is good. As long as we keep, we got to keep winning, keep churning out these games, keep feeding Luka's MVP case, and we're gonna be just fine, Mavericks fans. But thank you again for tuning in to another video.